live! Hello, race fans, and welcome to the silver split of ACCSS Season 3, Round 1. I'm your host tonight, Lars Kastrup, and I'm joined tonight by the man in the box below me, Paul Glover.
Good evening. How are we, everybody? Welcome, race fans. First time commentating for ACCSS as we know it as, but it's now Sim Series rather than Sprint Series, and we're heading towards Kyalami in good old South Africa.
Good old South Africa. As I close your window, there we go. For a brief second, people could not see your face, and they still can't.
To be honest, that's probably a good thing.
We are having minor technical issues today, as you can see.
And that's absolutely fine by me. So a black screen is fine by me. Who wants to see this mug? So yeah,
that is a great question. But still, yes, we are at least live this time, and we are at round 1 of the championship.
Season 3 as well. Like, it's just absolutely flown by, hasn't it? The previous 2 seasons.
Yeah, I swear it was July when we started, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's and we've got a few new drivers, and some drivers have moved up and moved down, and I've kind of got a little bit itchy feet waiting for Season 3 to start, and it's here, and it's a little bit more. It's only, well, I was going to say compact, isn't it? Because it's not really compact actually. It's just 4 rounds this time, just to allow everybody to enjoy the festivities, eh?
Yes, I mean we have 4 weeks of racing. As I now fix your camera.
Awesome.
You're back on screen. Sorry about that.
Yes. No, like I said, it's absolutely fine.
We're totally professional. Terribly sorry, but yes, we have 4 weeks of racing coming up on 4 very different tracks.
Oh yeah, indeed, and tracks that are in the DLC, and it's something that we haven't necessarily done before. So no, I'm really pleased to see Brands Hatch in Season 3 because it's my local track. But not only that, I love it. I'm a big fan. It's quite it's one of my favorite tracks. So yeah,
and we're also getting one of my favorite tracks in Suzuka.
Yeah, I like Suzuka as well. Yeah, it's an old school track, isn't it, Suzuka? And again, one of my favorites. Recently raced there in the SEC in the wet. Which a bit of a challenge.
With tonight.
No. What do you like Kyalami as a track?
It's actually not bad, but I mean it still requires a bit of practice, as I would say. As I'm now being noticed that I'm on the wrong microphone.
You know what? But all tracks require practice, though. I mean, obviously some more than others, because you do have your favorites. Everybody has their favorite tracks, right? So
I mean, of course, but
Suzuka being one of yours, Brands Hatch being one of mine.
We can't all have the fun tracks.
No, that's right. Of course we can't. No, but I mean, I've had tracks before where I haven't liked them originally, but then as I've driven, like Spa, for instance, I know Spa's normally a fan's favourite, but but it was never one of my favourite tracks. Now, I absolutely adore it. And I think it's because I gave it the attention that it deserved in order to get better at it. I'm still not alien speed and never ever will be, but I've got to the point now where when I hear Spa, my little face lights up and I'm like, I love Spa. It's a great track.
It is a great track, but we're not racing it this season for the first time ever.
We're not, which is good because it adds a bit of variety, right? So
it does. And speaking of variety, Paul Ricard. We've never done that before, and we probably never will again, actually.
Look, Paul Ricard, for me, again, as I drive it more, it might become a track that I start to appreciate. But I don't like the blue and red painted lines around the track.
It's special, yeah.
Yeah, it's just I find it a little bit off-putting, a little bit distracting. It's a track that exists. It's in the championship. We're gonna race it. I'm not expected to do well there.
That's very diplomatic of you. The track definitely exists, but let's look at the trouble we have tonight, so to say, because it's Kyalami, a track we know well.
Reasonably. I mean, Formula One was supposed to race there this season, but obviously due to coronavirus pandemic, that didn't happen.
I'm not even sure they can race there because it has a lot of hills. And as
Yeah.
anyone who watched the SEC, our endurance race here like 2 weeks ago, I think. No, the season ending around 2 weeks ago on this very track. It is a very demanding track, but at least we're only doing 30 minutes a day.
And it's high altitude as well, isn't it? So it puts a lot of strain on the engines in real life.
But we don't have to worry about that because
We do. It's simulated in the game, isn't it?
It is, but it's 30 minutes, and I'm gonna use that as a what's called segue into our rules tonight.
Okay.
As we can see, 2 races of 30 minutes, 1 mandatory pit stop with tire change, live stewarding by some very... It's not the Germans tonight, but I'm sure they'll act very German. It's a German rulebook. It'll make sense. We have around 40 drivers split over 2 splits called AM and Pro, which is a bit confusing because they're not AM and Pro. They're more like Tier 3 and 4. They are league's middle tier guys. But both splits will be racing, not against each other, but on the same track.
Yes.
Yes.
And obviously they've got different colours in the leaderboard as we can see,
yes,
you know.
The pros will have white numbers and the amateurs will have red numbers.
Yeah, so I think thing about this, obviously, Lars, is whether they decide to, you know, if you are in the lower class and you've got a car behind you that's in the class above, do you
fight
let
them,
them pass and not race them? You know, you're not in their race. Do you be smart and try not to ruin both your races and allow you to focus on beating those that are in the same class as you?
That is a dilemma we'll see a lot over the next 4 weeks. Because as we saw in the Friday split yesterday with the amateurs, no one actually still knows how to do this.
It's because it's new, and that's why we are a rookie league, right? It's allowing people to develop those skills, and I took part in the SEC and Suzuka in the wet, and it was the first event where we had different classes, and it does add another element into the race, and unfortunately, the race for me didn't end very well, and that's another story. But before then, you know, I could see in the leaderboard that Dan Terry was in the same class as me and was ahead of me. I didn't care about anybody else. All I wanted to do was catch the guys in the same class. And when the leaders came around to lap me, which I think they did at one point, you know, I just let them pass because I don't want to ruin their race and I want to ruin my race and I want to catch Dan Terry. And I know at some point they will catch Dan Terry and slow him down and allow me to try and gain an advantage. So the less disruption I cause to my race will allow me to have a better race. Hopefully. Doesn't always work out like
Doesn't
that,
always work. But as someone asked, when do we start? In around 5 minutes. The practice session is running right now. It will be running for another 7 minutes.
7.5 minutes according to my clock for the practice session to end. Air and track temperature currently at 20 degrees. And it's cloudy. It's not sunny. It's cloudy at the moment. So interesting.
We'll see how that works out.
We will. The qualifying starts local time at midday. So
now,
and then go on.
Well, I'll just move on to my next point because, as you said, we have multiple classes and who knows how to do what. And that leads me to my one to watch today. Serenity Moral, last season's AM champion. As I've written on the stats, 3 pole positions out of 5 possible and 6 wins out of 9 possible. And she will be racing in the AM split today, which means there'll be faster guys ahead of her. But she is as fast as them. And that could lead to some interesting situations.
It could well do. Because she's currently 6 in practice. So
she is, yes.
But then you know she's closely followed by other drivers in the AM class.
Yes, I see Kieran Tan currently.
Yeah, yeah, and Eric Hodge,
And
Jonas Neergaard,
yeah,
Alex Future. So let's get this over the line here. Is that me and Lars are going to butcher your names.
we
So if you
are.
do watch
We
this stream
are.
back, we do honestly apologise. Feel free to send me a DM with some pronunciation tips, and which one of the I did ask the drivers for a few facts about themselves, which I'll whittle them off every so often. And also, one of them did say, "This is how you pronounce my surname," which is really, really handy to have. And let's not forget, these guys will want custom liveries for season 3 as well, Lars.
Oh yes, and we'll get to see that because I have been told apparently that we have as many custom liveries in this split as we have in the rest combined.
Yeah, yeah. So you and I have them loaded.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing a couple of little lag moments on my end. Are you getting anything on yours?
There will be some lag moments. Um, Thank you, Shardy, for subscribing. 6 months. I think that's a new record, actually.
Wow. Thank you very much. Yeah. Get more and more people on board at ACCSS. But yeah, it's season 3, round 1. I know quite a lot of these names now. There are some that I'm not particularly familiar with, but you've chosen Serenity as the one to watch.
Yes.
I'm not really sure. I'm going to go for Minsmams, I think. Madam Minsmams.
He's a good driver too, but I mean, we
Yeah.
won't know until the first race because I have made many predictions and they've all been wrong.
I've had some good races with Minsmams, and he's had some, I think, at the end of last season, he had a couple of good performances in both races, actually, which was at... I was steward in that race. What race was it? It was... Hungaroring.
We haven't raced in that for a long time, have we? Was that last season?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was because I was driver steward for the race. So he definitely had a strong performance out in the league. So he can do it. It's just, I think it's one of those. Again, it might be one of his favourite tracks, and that's how he was able to.
Maybe.
For that.
Yeah. I have one more slide before we jump to the qualifying.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be fun. It's Ferraris. We have 10 of them signed up. That is 1 in every 8 car, I think.
Wow.
10 Ferraris.
That is a lot of Ferraris. Are all of them the older model though, or are they the Evo
I
model?
think it's around 50-50 split.
Okay.
I mean, we'll see both of them on track tonight.
Wow, yeah, that's quite an interesting stat. When I had a look, actually, funny you should mention that because I had a look at the pro sign-ups yesterday. There's only 2 Ferraris in the pro split on Sunday. So,
I mean,
I'm one of them.
You're one of them.
I'm one of the Ferraris, which is why I had a look because I wanted to see how many there were. Because last season there was a lot of Ferraris. So and a lot of drivers like to do a different car every season. I've got to the point now where I like to stick to a car for quite a while in order to get better at that particular car. I am still in a Ferrari, but I have now switched to the Evo because it's the newer model.
Yeah.
But in essence, it's basically the same car. It feels pretty similar to me.
I didn't try the Ferrari until Wednesday, and I have to say I absolutely love it because it just sounds like a beast, even though I'm going so slowly.
I still have a quite fondness for the Aston Martin, which is what I raced in season 1. But I had raced in the Aston Martin since the beginning of this year, because originally I was like kind of flitting from one car to another, and someone said to me, the Aston's quite a good car to put a stability point of view. So I just gave it a go, felt that it was good on the brakes, and stuck with it for quite a few months. And I will do the same with the Ferrari. So any event that I do, I will just pick the Ferrari and carry on. Yeah, I plan it. So a few more of the pro split have kind of gone towards the top of the leaderboard in practice. Obviously, it's just practice. Doesn't really mean a lot right now. As we saw in yesterday's stream, Dan Terry did a really good time in practice. I wasn't able to recreate that in qualifying. So anything can change from one
Indeed.
session to another.
Let's see, there is 60 seconds until free practice starts. I think it's a good time to switch our cameras
Qualifying,
over.
you mean, I think?
Sorry?
You said until free practice starts. I think you mean
Yeah,
qualifying.
I mean, it's qualifying starts, yes. I'll just switch to the onboard camera. If you are still with me.
Well, I'm still with you. Is everybody
Yeah,
else
good.
still with you?
I was just worried, actually. But while we have some time, let's just say thank you to all the viewers today.
Yeah, and welcome.
That's you guys. You're the viewers.
Yeah. Welcome. First time for you doing the broadcast itself, was it, Lars?
No, it's like my third time for ACCSS.
Okay. This is my first time doing the commentary for ACCSS. But I've done a few others.
Yeah,
I've done a few others.
But you're an experienced man, aren't you?
Reasonably. I haven't done it for a while though. I've been concentrating on my racing of late and been getting very hands on with the stewarding as well at ACCSS. And we have live stewards tonight. I'll be keeping an eye on the spreadsheet and trying to keep us abreast of the penalties, if any, are delivered. But yeah, I mean, after last night's stream and races, I think there were over 100 incidents between both races.
That's what you get when you have 40 drivers on track.
Yeah, and a bit like Brands, this is quite a tight track in places as well. Even though it's more modern and there's a bit more runoff areas, it's still quite a twisty track and has some high speed corners as well. So it's also got some ups and downs, as obviously at the highest point where you go to the hairpin on the left, you've had to go up a little bit of an incline and then back down again. So which we've talked about many times in chat, the nasty sausage curb on the second to last corner, which is a bit of a killer.
Killer is an understatement. Let's see if I can find the right car here, number 98. Then we can actually see the curb in action. Why do I not have a number 98 on my... There we go, Schungel. And he'll approach the... Never mind, we don't get to see that. We don't get to see that.
You can obviously take a little bit of look at that in qualifying. So, qualifying split. Do you want to give the viewers a rundown of how qualifying works?
Yes, the first 15 minutes are going to be AM drivers. Only AM drivers. And once they've done that, it's 15 minutes for the pro guys.
Yeah, so it does mean the AM guys get a track that isn't quite rubbered in yet. But I guess it's what you want, really. I was thinking about this for the event tomorrow. I guess it's what you want. You want the fastest guys out in front.
Presumably, yes.
Yeah, so give them the better grip, which you're gonna get that. I mean, I'm very surprised to see Leonard Schungel in this category today.
I believe he was pro before, yes.
He was, also, yeah, and he's got some pace.
I'm just gonna bring this up quickly. That is a Herbie livered Porsche. Herbie. I mean, I know Mimsman is a bit old, but Herbie.
Yeah. For some reason, oh no, I'm looking at the wrong car. He said, yeah, car number 4. Yeah, he's currently
53.
Car 53.
He's in the pits.
Yeah. It's a great looking livery.
It is.
I love Herbie. They're great films. They're classics. Some may call them cheesy, but
cheesy is an understatement.
There are some great looking liveries though tonight. I mean, last night there were some great liveries as well. The Pringle livery, for instance.
Tell you what, here's the sausage curb. I'll let you do the play-by-play on the lap in a second. But first, a word from our sponsor. Well, sponsor is the wrong word. Our affiliate, Track Racer. Buy stuff, we have a link for it. Take it away, Paul.
Okay, on board with Rodriguez, are we?
Yes.
I'm trying to find. Sorry, I'm not using the broadcast tool, and I'm trying to find him on my screen, and I'm not able to.
He is currently P3 on the display.
Okay, right. So He's gone through the first corner into the right, and now into the next left, move over to the right. Now, I use more curb there, and you want to try and use as much of the curb on the exit to the right side. Now, get yourself over to the left. This is a reasonably fast right-hander. I kind of, that's it, shift down to thirds and keep your momentum over. And again, move over, use as much track as possible. Now, get over on the brake on the 50, over to the right. Now, onto the apex and across to the right hand. So he's got more of the track to use it. This is where I normally lose a little bit too much speed. You want to scrub a little bit of speed off here, but I stay in third and then chuck it into the right and up to the hill. And then as you come across the brow, I use the marshal on the left-hand side as a braking marker, shift down into seconds, into thirds, hit on the throttle as early as you can, get over to the right-hand side for this downhill section. Now, through the next left-hander and heavy on the brakes. Around about now, over to the left, touch the curb on the inside and hit that throttle. And now this is the second to last corner with the inside sausage curb. If you clip that, you are going over the left-hand side and most likely you're going to hit the wall. Final corner, again, probably needs to come a little bit tighter on that on the exit and use as much of the runoff there as he comes up to cross the line.
And that is well, what is the time? We'll find out in a moment. 1:44. It's an early start.
Yeah, well, Serenity's done a 1:44.2, and now that's just been beaten by Ian Cliff with a low 1:44. So, and Rodriguez.
And then Bartkus shows up.
He did a 1:44, but I think he was invalidated because there's no timing on it. So he's going to have to go round again. And Bartkus has just done a 1:43.5.
In his very much anime livery. I'll see if I can get a...
Rainer's just beating that with also a 1:43.5. So I've got live timing up above me. So that's why I keep looking up and having a look. So Mr. Rainer's currently on his second lap, has done the fastest lap yet. But I mean, there's 5 tenths in between first and second right now.
Yeah, we have some good guys here. I mean, Rainer, Morrell, and some other people. I don't remember all the names. They were promoted last season because they did really well in the AM split. I believe Rainer was Singapore.
And that's what ACCS is all about, right?
It's about getting better.
It's about getting better, learning, and I've certainly learnt over the last couple of seasons. And last season, I don't believe I got any penalty points.
That sounds unbelievable.
I mean, in the first season, I would have got absolutely loads. So I think I got 1 warning the whole season. I think.
Wow.
That was at Imola, nearly taking out the Steve who started ACCSS into the Parabolica. So. You know, so Nearguard has gone fastest with a 1:43.3.
Yes, as we just switch around, we are going to... No, sorry, we're going back to Henley because he's a second up.
And Bartkus currently 1:42.9 has just gone fastest as well. So car number 31.
Yeah, let's go on to the Reap livery. One of the storylines we have this season is that, well, people want to punt the Reap cars, the anime livery cars. And the people in the anime livery car wants to point and punt, and I'm just going to switch to him here, Fabian Poignet's vegan car. As you can see, it says vegan on the car. That is that's a rivalry for the ages, I think.
No, I mean, there are some genuinely great looking cars. I mean, the Mr. Winter car number 18 with the green and yellow. Who's that in the McLaren? Is that no? That's sorry. That with sorry. There's a Ferrari car 75. You know, that's a nice looking livery.
If I can find him on my
that's Martin. That's Martin Roundtree. So that's great.
That's a Pro, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, looking great in the. I mean, some of these liveries just look absolutely sublime. So Chris Davies currently in 16th time. Has just come out of the pits to have another crack and see if he can get himself up in the air, up the leaderboard. I think so.
That
He's
is
coming
a
on his
very
out.
Australian car, isn't it?
It does look a little bit Australian, doesn't it? Yeah. And you know,
No,
it's
no. What am I saying? Terribly sorry. That looks like the South African rugby jersey.
oh yes, yes, the green colour, the Springboks. Yes,
Yeah,
does
isn't it?
indeed a little
That's a
bit.
Springbok.
Yeah,
That he will probably correct us on this, but it looks like a Springbok car.
it does. It does a little bit. Talking of Springboks, Chris Davies apparently, who we are currently looking at, is actually from the area where he grew up around Kyalami. So that's
And
why he's
I,
using the
of
colours. So there
course,
we
switched
go.
away from him.
So
But yeah,
he now lives in the UK. He actually used to work in a building near the corner, which has the sausage. And he once had to lie down on the track at midnight on turn 4. So there you go.
you really
An
have been preparing those interesting facts, haven't you?
interesting facts. Yes, I am. Yes, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and that would explain the livery and looking like the South Africa jersey. So
There we go.
yeah.
That's knowledge.
No,
As we're
yeah.
now looking at Iron Cliff, who is half a second up, which will put him in the provisional top 5, I think. Unless he
Yeah,
flips a curb in a few seconds.
So Mr. Kevin Tan is currently heading us. He's done a 1:42.6.
As we go past Moral, who is parked sideways.
Oh,
I believe that was Moral at least. From one Bentley to a slightly... Well, that's Bentley 2 actually, come to think of it. As White Mamba in the chat asks a very good question. Paul, do you have fun facts for every driver?
not every driver. Not every driver replied to my message, but a few did. Who else is out? Mention what driver you're looking at the moment. Are you looking at
I'm gonna go to Michael Lucke, who just crashed when I... Nope, he didn't crash. Michael Lucke, number 1.
Michael, I don't know if I have any. Oh, I do. Yes. So he says everyone gets his last name wrong. It's pronounced Lukey. There you go.
I feel close.
Yes, but he said he started sim racing about 2 weeks before season 2, and he was in the AM split. He went from being 24th, 26th to end of the season 4th is best. He's in his 40s. Never watched racing before getting into this. The only racing he did was in his early 20s, illegal street racing in Baltimore, in the States. So, and he's looking to improve each week. There you go.
That is some excellent fact-finding mission. Good job. Shall we do
I
another one?
I don't want to deliver them all now. I want to.
Oh, okay.
Back,
We'll hold back. We'll go back to Jonas Niergaard, who is about to ruin a lap, I think. But he was up a bit. Yeah, that is a P3. Let's go a bit down to the front Ferraris. Number 888, Torsten Jatke. In I do not recognize the livery, but it's pretty. I mean, all liveries are pretty.
There's lots of great liveries out there tonight. So there's some. I mean, looking at this split at the moment, it's from first to seventh. We're looking at half a second at the moment, so it's pretty close out there right now.
Yeah, and we are talking roughly 3 seconds between number 1 and number 20.
Yeah. At the moment, car number 418, Ethan Spitz, is a little bit away off the pace, so hoping he can find a bit more time, but I think he's in the pits at the moment.
We are going on board with Eric Hodge now. Well, not on board, but we're watching him in his charcoal black Aston. He's up a second on his time, which puts him at P8. And they have roughly 3 minutes left to do a lap now, so that's pressure.
Yeah, because the pros are coming, aren't they? And you got to get off the track when you'll finish your lap. You can't start another lap, otherwise the stewards will penalise you.
But you are allowed to start a lap before the count goes off.
Yes. Oh
yes.
Yes. Of course, just like any other motorsport series out there, you know. So as long as you've got time, you'll be okay. Like I say, we've got live stewarding this evening. I'll be keeping an eye on any kind of penalties that have been dished out, and you'll be pleased to know.
Pleased to know what?
That there are currently no penalties dished out for anything that's occurred in qualifying. Because you can get penalties in qualifying if you're naughty. You know?
I think I saw 4 of them in the practice, but I can't verify that. Also,
there was a couple of test ones I can see in the spreadsheet, but there's one that also was ruled as no further action by one of the stewards in practice. So I don't think anybody's actually been given a penalty yet. But
no, but I've seen it happen in qualifying before.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've been involved in a session.
I'm gonna interrupt you because Ollie Henley just did a fastest lap.
Oh,
1:42.4. That's very good.
Yes, that is very good. So I can see Adam Rayner's last lap is a 2:47. So he was his out lap, and he's just done a faster lap of a 1:43.1, but it doesn't really move him anywhere.
It doesn't. Let's go with Daniel Ryan here, who is currently 3/10 up with 2 corners left. That's a very interesting livery, actually.
Yeah, so he's just coming through the final corner onto the start straight finish. Lovely looking Porsche there. And he puts himself to the third with a 1:42.7. Nice. Good livery that as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't exactly... It's one of the art cars, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. So, 13 seconds remaining on the clock.
People keep shouting for a gentleman named Storms.
Is that Eric Storms by any chance?
No, that is Arno Storms. He is in a pro split and he will be out in soon, actually.
Yeah, so we can't watch anybody that's just in the pit. It's a bit boring for our.
I probably could, but I mean, why bother? One of the final drivers on the track, Rodriguez.
Easy for you to say. Are you a bit surprised that Serenity is only in 10th?
You know what? Maybe. I mean, maybe she doesn't have experience with this track. I don't know. I'm an optimist.
Well, just our dear viewers, I'm sure like another interesting fact for you. So Stefan Bunatix and Serenity are a couple. So they're racing in the same house. So they could throw things at each other and put the other one off if they really wanted to. They're both based in Vienna. Stefan is 37 years of age. He's a passionate gamer, but he also loves his motorbikes, and they have 2 cats. And Mr. Bunatix is also the man that's helped a lot of our club with the liveries. He's made some videos on his YouTube, and I know that he's also streaming live now from his view of the race this evening. So, and Serenity lets me know that she only started sim racing in March this year. The first ever game that she's been playing is ACC, and she's also a big fan of motorbikes as well.
Cool.
So, and has a couple of Ducatis, but she also loves Italian food, cats, and Harley Quinn, which her livery is a tribute to her. So there you go.
Okay. But now we're gonna give some pleasure. Not pleasure. You know, we're gonna look at Arno Storms. That sounded wrong. Terribly sorry for that.
That does sound wrong on very many levels. Yes.
Pleasure. We're gonna give some pleasure to viewers. We're gonna look at Arno Storms.
You know what? I'm gonna.
And here, his fan club in the chat. Go wild, people. This is for you. This is for you.
go mad, peeps, go mad.
Go
See,
mad, throw money, do something.
Depending how good a race he has, we might not look at him again. So,
That, you know what, that is true.
well, yeah, that's why I said it.
Yeah. We can't look at everyone. We got 41 people.
Well, this is it, yeah, and we're all fighting for airtime, so it's yeah,
It's something.
it's not, it's yeah, but we have to go where the battles are, don't we? And we can't just keep looking at somebody because someone's mates with someone. We have to go where the battles are, and that's what we're hoping for tonight. We're hoping for some great, clean racing. That's why the stewards are here. So. The new tire model in the game. We are using the old last season's tires.
We are, yes,
because it's Kyalami. It's not an updated track. It's the 2020 rather than 2021 track. It's very, very confusing if I'm being honest. But it's using the new tire model. So they do take a couple of laps to get up to temperature, and you're trying to aim for around about 27.5 psi on those tires to get it good. And it really does make a difference if you get that wrong. So putting in a bit of time and a bit of practice to understand what the track temperature will be based on the weather settings really does pay dividends around any track, not just Kyalami.
But it helps.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yes.
And
sure.
Before we began talking, I just looked at the only BMW in the split, I think. And if I'm not wrong, one of the three Beamers in the championship in total.
Yeah, so the BMW doesn't get. I haven't. Have you driven the BMW? Because I haven't really given it any love.
I haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I used to race quite a bit in the BMW in R Factor 2. So I do like, but obviously it's a different game. I completely understand that, but I would. Part of me's thinking maybe that might be my next choice, just because not a lot of people choose it.
I mean, we can't all pick the same cars, I guess.
Yeah, it gets a little bit of variety doesn't do any harm, does it?
It doesn't, but there's a lot of Bentleys, I think. Which I guess is an improvement because last season everyone drove Lexus.
Yes, they did.
Now I'm gonna go on to Mimsman because not only is he fourth, but he is half a second up right now, and I just wanted an excuse to look at the Herbie livery. It's my time. Sorry, it's my time for a fun fact.
Go on.
That is not his real name, but you probably knew that. Madame Mims is a cartoon witch.
Yeah, so I thought we had to use real names, but
no one ever told him. I don't know. He's from before season 1.
Okay, I'm with you.
Also, Nathan Wills is on pole, but I think he's gonna get pipped now by Mimsman. Oh, that is a narrow pole. That is a narrow pole position. As Storms comes in right between them.
Yes.
3 people with what, 400s?
Yeah, that's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. That is so close. And obviously, as these pros start to set their times, all the guys that are in the AM class are falling down a little bit. You can see that, you're looking at the leaderboard. There's a lot of red a lot of the white, on the left-hand side, and the red will hopefully start to push down the order.
Yeah, the white people are the pros and the red people are the AM split. And I was about to say something stupid, but they're on the same track, but not racing each other. Let's see, 4 people yet to set a time. Let's look at one of them. Another Bentley. The Croydon Cotton Shot. That's a weird team name, but I am not gonna judge. I am not gonna judge.
Love it.
Oh, hang on.
Love it.
Yes, the BMW is on the track. And we're gonna have to look at it because it's pretty rare for us to look at it. And he sets a lap time. Let's go back up. Let's see. Wales again. Because I suppose he is not done trying to go for pole position. And yes, viewers, I will be using the onboard cam a lot. I just like it.
Yeah, my broadcast tool isn't working properly, so I'm just trying to fix. Hence
if it doesn't work, I recommend logging out of the server and back in.
No, it's not that. I think I haven't got the. I've got a modified version and not the one that's with the game. And
I believe we have the same version though.
I can't, but it's not allowing me to switch drivers by clicking their names.
Oh, that I don't know. I'm just gonna adjust myself in the seat and well, that is the wonders of ACCSS.
It's just not.
Steering wheels. Well, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, you'll get this cam actually.
It's giving me the date. It's giving me the data, but it's not allowing me to click. And for some reason, I've got a modified version of the app, and I don't have a copy of the original that comes with the game. And I'm just trying to work out if I can download it somewhere, because it's not. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with that. So,
yeah.
Because the problem is I can't. The problem is I'm having is I'm not seeing what you're seeing.
You should be seeing it now, though.
Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yes, this is
yes.
no first person cam. Why no first person cam?
Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. That's much better for me. Thank you very much.
Alright, no problem.
Right.
Alright, let's go back to the race. Jack Winder is 2/10 up.
Yes, Jack Winter competes in local temping bowling leagues and national tournaments. Would you believe it? He's a bowler.
I did not believe it, but okay.
He is a bowler, and he's also a Norwich City season ticket holder. So he lives in Norwich in the
that
UK.
makes his the delivery makes sense because that's
the
same colours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, look at that. My facts are proving.
Your facts are proving useful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And he is 3/10 up. Let's see where that puts him. P5. By the way, what's his personal best?
That's a good question. I will tell you once I'm back on the server. Yeah, these technical issues are always fun and games.
They are constant in this game.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, we're trying to run so many different things, and it's just, you know, you have a curveball thrown at you every so often. And now, obviously, I've got to wait for the game to do the whole... Are you able to increase the bitrate on your thing? Or is that going to...
You know what? I probably won't be, because then the stream will look bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
But that is the luxury of not having fiber. Again, we're sorry. Let's go talk about race.
Yeah. Okay, so we're looking at Mr. Storms right now. He's going well, isn't he?
He is a 10th up, and that will put him on pole if he can hold it. Let's get some onboard cams, because that is what the people require.
Onboard cams are the best type of cams.
They really are.
And because they, you know, the thing is, the sound of this game is just fantastic. Though I'm more of a fan of the dash one, because these ones are great. Then they cut off a bit of the view. And this is the thing as well. It's like dealing with traffic and it's great to see one of the guys there getting out of the way and not ruining his lap. You've obviously got a Bentley ahead. Hopefully he might be slipstream. But now
there's a pole position.
You're both on a fast lap, now, and you're potentially going to get in each other's way. One of them should really back out. As we're looking at Stefan Bunatics.
I'm just going to answer a question from the chat. 33 phrase 33. You don't have access to that data because, of course, it doesn't give it to you. Again, that's Kunas for you. We have a special broadcasting tool that can see the data. And we, of course, try to relay them to you.
Yeah, the standard broadcasting tool that comes with the game does do it as well, but it's just a test client. It's a bit clunky. You can, but you have to be connected to the server in order to get the data to get it from the API. As Mr. Bunatics, and now we're looking at
Gratrix.
Yeah.
And sadly, no phrase. We do not have live timing. Well, not right now, at least.
No, but it is being worked on. We found a tool that only works for the moment when you're actually taking a part in the race. But there is a third party we are currently working with, and we're hopeful for the next round we will have live timing available for you.
Hopefully, we'll see. But
if all goes well. So, Mr. Meadows, we were looking at there. I've got a fact about Mr. Meadows.
Go for it.
When he was a teenager, he represented his country in 3 sports at the same time: rugby, judo. Any guess what the third one might be?
Bowling.
Trampolining.
I did not guess that.
No, and would you have expected that? Like, it's rugby and judo are kind of like, you would say, kind of on the same lines about
Kinda.
strength, really. But trampolining, amazing, love it, great fact, great facts.
We're gonna go on with Bruno because he is faster than before.
Excellent.
And another question. Let's hit that. Paul, can you go type exclamation mark sign-ups in the chat, please? Because someone is asked, can I join? And you actually can.
I can do that somehow. Yeah, someone's done that. There we go.
Or is it
Brilliant.
sign up? That's a good question. Let me just type it. Yep, there we go.
Someone's done it for us. There we go.
We have
Thank
a
you.
Discord chat.
We do.
And believe it or not, you can actually participate.
Yeah, but we're not. I don't know if we're accepting any more entrants for season 3.
Actually, we are. You
We
have
are?
to do you do an evaluation race on Monday, and we'll find you a split.
Woo-hoo-hoo,
Apparently.
exciting times. Need to be careful what you say near Paul. Don't know what you're on about.
I don't know. Paul is a very calm, very reasonable man. He would never say anything.
We've got 47 seconds remaining on the clock. Or less than that now. 40 seconds.
We have no new interesting times, though, so...
Storms is about to set a faster one by the looks of it. He's slightly up.
Slightly up? Oh, that is slightly up.
Yes. 1417.
I was told he did a 41.5 in practice. I don't know.
That's quite a gap between first and second there, isn't it? Half a second.
But, I mean, all the good gaps, they don't matter when you are what's called in traffic, and he will be in traffic.
Yeah, I guess so.
But, I mean, in the race, there'll be traffic. You can't go 30 minutes without lapping someone.
Yeah, I guess if you've got that kind of pace, then yes, that's more than likely.
Yeah. As we go on, live with Gratix here, who is currently 3/10 up, which will put him. Yeah, that will actually put him in a top 10 if he can hold it.
Yeah. Yeah, going well up the hill. This is the bit, and then onto the sharp left hand.
This is the fun bit.
Back down the hill again. He's got a Merc ahead of him. Hopefully, not too close to cause any disruption. You can obviously, these cars do suffer a little bit from a loss of downforce if you are following another car, but they're not as bad as you like to see Formula One guys. So. Yeah, and then avoids the sausage curb on the right. Yes, he does. Gets a little bit of a lift.
Into the final one.
Onto the brakes, into the left-hander. And goes out wide nicely, using all the circuit. Coming to across the line. And...
P11.
P11. He lost a little bit of time there in the last sector. But, close to the top 10.
And as someone, the same person asked, why will he get into traffic? Because... And I'm just going to go down here to the slowest person right now, Ethan Spitz, who is 5 seconds down per lap. I mean, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
And now I'm looking at a penalty for some reason.
Right, let's move this across. There we go. It's over here. Brilliant. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to have a look at the steward to see if there's anything kicked off during that. And yes, there were a couple of instances. There has been given one driver, car 75.
Do you have a name?
I have a number 75.
I just had him. Martin Roundtree.
He's been given a 10-second penalty for unsafe rejoin during qualifying. So
yes.
There were a couple of others incidences for car 25 and car 53, but neither of them were both of them were considered racing incidents.
Yes.
So not a great start for Mr. Roundtree there to have a penalty.
He can make up for it. He will, of course, serve the 10-second penalty and the mandatory pit stop.
He will, yes. And that was a recent update to the game in order to do that as well. So, yeah, great.
So we will have, I think, a few minutes until the... roughly a few minutes.
So, looking at the... should we run through the leaderboard?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that because I just put it up.
Brilliant. There we go. Okay. So, let's look at...
We'll take it from the top, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. So
I'll let you do it. I'll let you butcher names.
Great. So, car number 33, Arno Storm, starts in pole. Manners Wingmans in second. Nathan Wells in third. Lewis Hawkins fourth. Ollie Henley fifth. Then it's Jack Winter, Stefan Bunatix, Leonard Schungel, Kevin Tan, Daniel Ryan, Paul Gratrix, Hugo Sanchez, Alexandra Foycher.
That'll work.
Yeah, who knows? Gintard? How do you say that?
I don't know. Barkus.
Okay, we should really ask the drivers next time. Gintardas, Bartkus, Jesper Eriksson, Jonas Neergaard, Juan Sanchez, Trulio, Adam Rayner, Gustav Gardesteg, and Ian Clift. And I think a driver might have just dropped.
Yeah, I have been doing the different numbers, I guess.
Something just dropped there. Then Adam Rayner, Gustav, and then Ian Cliff, Chris Meadows, Eric Hodge, Serenity Morale, Jason Daly, Mauricio Ridley, Fabio Skinsansi, Michael Luca, Julio Rodriguez, and
rain.
And rain.
Just do the last numbers quickly and we'll get on to the weather update.
Yes. Mr. Daly in 23rd, Radielli 24th, Sasansky 25th, Luca, Rodriguez, Schultens, Jedka, Cooper, Poigney, Grealish, quite a way down, Hamu, Chattery, Aspinall, Roundtree, Van Gastel, Davies, Bradford, and Spitz rounding out your top 40. And
someone have dropped, but I don't know who.
Yeah, I'm not sure who either. So we will see in a moment. That's a quick time for Storms, 1:41.7. What's quite interesting is that he had the fastest first two sectors, and Minsman had the fastest sector 3 in that qualifying session.
But all of that doesn't matter because it's rain.
It's raining, so
there was a 3% chance it was going to rain, and it did.
So looking at that, it's raining for the whole race as well. So that makes the decision from the drivers a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's rain tires.
It's rain tyres, but not only that, rain setup. Because when you've got changeable conditions, and you're not going to have that here with it's only a time multiplier of 1, so it's going to be wet for the whole race. The track temperature is still quite warm at 29 degrees as well. So it's going to be interesting for these guys. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes right now.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, it's going to be slippery.
Oh,
but we have time for some viewer questions.
Yes, go on.
But I don't know. Does the viewer have any questions?
Oh, sorry. I see that Mr. Gareth Ronda's in chat. He was supposed to be taking part in tonight's event. I thought he was actually.
What's the best livery? That's an easy question.
Do you want to do a little walk up the grid?
I would, but I do not have the what's it called. The controls necessary to do so, I'm afraid.
Okay. All right.
But the best livery is obviously, there we go, the Herbie Porsche. Big fan.
I'm a big fan of that. It's pretty minimalistic, isn't it? And
F7 free camp, that is gonna break. You do realize that?
Well, it's actually, I think it's control in F7, I think, and then you can use the mouse to move around. So, but you can't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As the viewers can see, I have no idea what's happening.
That's absolutely fine. So,
Oh, there we go.
and the mouse wheels. If you go
Yes.
up on the mouse wheel, it will speed it up slightly for you. You can go backwards.
There we go.
Forward. There you go. And then if you scroll down on the wheel, it will slow the movement down.
Okay.
You don't want to go too fast doing the cars.
No, you know what? Let's go do a. I was gonna say grid roll. We're just gonna drive slowly down the grid.
Yeah. So
And,
Storms, Minmams, Wells, Hawkins, Henley, Winter, Boonatics, Shungle, Tan, Ryan, Gratrix, Sanchez, Foytcher, Bartkus, Ericsson, Nearguard,
I'm with the same place.
Rayner. Yeah, I'm going fast here. Goodsteg, Meadows, Hodge, Morrill, Daly, Radielli, Sinskansi, Loika, Rodriguez, Sholtons, Diadzga, Cooper, Poyney, Grealish, Hamu, Shattery, Aspinall, Roundtree, Gastal, Davies, Bradford, Spitz, and Clift is now at the back of the grid. I'm suspecting that he's the one that dropped.
Maybe. We just got a good look at Gorlistick's livery. That was a sexy one.
Yeah, they're all fantastic looking cars, to be honest.
Well, and the camera is moving. Terribly sorry, people. The camera just moved away.
That's absolutely fine. That comes with practice, that one.
Yeah, I don't have that.
But it's raining pretty heavy out there.
It is. How would you describe the weather?
Wet.
Yeah, you know what that'll do.
I don't know about you, and I don't know about any of these drivers, but I mean, when you practice for the event, Lars, do you practice wet weather?
I never do because I don't expect to see it. And I don't think our drivers expected it either because 3% chance.
Well, yeah, but that's the wonders of the I don't know, really, of just weather in general, really, isn't it? Like real life. I mean, I've got an app on my phone that tells me, it's not going to rain for days, and suddenly I see that it's spitting rain. It's just one of those things, I guess. That's what happens. So we all talk about realism, and I think that's probably about as real as you can get it. So,
sadly, yes. And if we look off the track, in some places, there are puddles.
Yeah, and they will form, and that's the thing. It's like the thing about practicing in the wet is learning where the car's going to aquaplane. So when I helped with doing the SRO broadcasting element on one of the rounds at Spa, you could see drivers didn't know that there was going to be, after a rouge on the main straight, there is a pretty large puddle, and it caused absolute mayhem because drivers just seem to practice in the wet. But you need to try and practice in the wet as well as the dry. So I just want to point out that car number 113 Henley, who's in 5th position, is kind of out of sync. He's kind of in the middle of the pros.
Yes, but I mean, we saw that yesterday as well with Tom Tweedy.
Yeah.
Who was also up there. We can also mention Daniel Ryan here. He's also up there. He's P9.
Yes, he is. But it's good to see the pros generally, taking out the top 14.
As they should.
I think Mr. Meadows will be a little bit disappointed with the scene. I think Mr. Rain will be pretty happy with him sitting in 18th position. So,
we now line up in two rows.
2 by 2, yes.
And thank you, White Mamba. I mean, Pavel, for your subscription.
So those of you,
literally,
we're being told Meadows and Rayner are probably pretty happy with the rain as well. So it does equal the playing field a little bit. If for me it does. I tend to perform better than most whereas the drivers now come round to begin race number 1.
And we're green.
There we go. So this is where it's important, isn't it? It's whether the guys can keep it clean. As we are about 4 wide, I can see Shungo in the background.
I'm trying to get the camera down there.
It's a little bit 4 wide. That's where everybody.
Oh, we have some touching
on the apex, but generally pretty clean. From what I can see, people.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
I did not exactly catch who that was. I think it was the Norwich guy.
And there's a spinner up ahead as well, so causing.
Oh, it's a complete block. That is Boonatix and I think Rainer.
Yeah,
and
so
I don't know, Roundtree perhaps? I don't know.
The drive. So if you're a spinner on the track, you really should try to stay still. As it's going to end your race, but you don't want to end anybody else's race.
Tax back on. That's a good. Yeah, you know what?
Should be.
The tax will not work here, I'm afraid. But yes, people are having some major spinalas, and let's go. No, it was Ollie Henley. Our leader was out.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Yeah, who's the other car there in the?
That looks like Chris Meadows.
Oh, that is really unfortunate.
Yes, it is, Chris. Our leader is Mimsman in front of Storm and Wills.
I've seen there's a Spitz has spun out on track as well, and there's been a little bit of.
We have a lot of chaos going on here.
Going on back. He's currently parked up against the barrier. I think he's gone back to the pits, so he's disappeared off.
Yeah, Storm's crashed. Storm has crashed.
Storms has crashed. Oh no, that's just what. So this is the thing: if people haven't practiced the wet conditions,
goes too.
And it's obvious that cars are aquaplaning in certain parts, and they're just going off the track. So this is their. The challenge as Min Mams is in the lead.
As the tax come back on, obviously.
Unbelievable. Min Mams has taken the lead. And it's a little bit...
Shungle.
Second, Shungle, Freutcher, Ryan, Bartkus, Sanchez, Rayner, Ericsson, Grealish, Poiney, Wells, Rodriguez, Chattery round out your top 14. So...
welcome to chaos.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see where Serenity is. Stefan and Bunatix has fallen way down because he got caught up.
He was sideways,
yeah.
Let's go look at, Ridley is in the pits. He'll need that. It will not count for his mandatory pit stop, though. The window is not open. The pit window is not open. Van Gastel is on the track. He's okay, actually. I've hit him a lot of times.
Grealish has made some good progress in 11th. Mr. Rayner's up to 8th. He's also made some good progress on that first lap. Martin Roundtree, I think, has cleared his penalty.
I don't think he has, no.
And Tan are both spun as well. So there's just all...
Where do we have them?
It's all going off further back as well.
Oh,
so
that's not good.
Yeah,
it's not good. And I'm getting... No, that's the same yellow flag.
So I don't think really drivers are driving to the conditions right now. I think getting a little bit carried away.
As we see, Grasix is coming up now.
He's catching Minsmans, he's in the Ferrari as we go on board with Paul Gratix. And you can see how much rain there is on the windscreen. And it's...
I mean, they're struggling to go straight.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be aquaplaning because there is that much surface water on the track. So
let's see if we can spot any water.
He does seem to have a lot more pace at this particular moment than Minsman's.
Well, of course, Minsman is in a Porsche.
Yeah, White Mamba's saying that he reckons that he's gonna win. Well,
you say that, but we're getting to traffic already.
He's also pretty close behind these two, isn't he, right now? So,
and Minsman makes a mistake, I think.
Tries to look on the outside, but this is allowing Leonard Shingle to close up on these two because Minmans is holding them up. Gresham's obviously got more pace, so this is the battle for first, second, and third. As Grannis takes the inside, but loses the rear end and runs wide into the right-hander.
That is not how you do it.
No, and that is the problem with these conditions, right? So car 555, which is Olivier Hamu, has got a 15-second penalty and 3 penalty points to go with that.
As Jungles goes into the lead.
He does indeed. This is the problem with going offline. So in these conditions, because there's no grip out there, as I found in Suzuka when we were trying to get.
But there's not going to be grip anywhere because there won't be a dry line on this track.
No, but the thing is that there will be cleaner parts of the track, and you're right to a degree. But if you go off the racing line in wet tyres, you are going to struggle even more.
I just noticed. I'm going to go back a bit here.
Yep.
Yeah, see, if you look at the track right there, there is a puddle.
Yes.
Right coming into the last turn. Let's go on with Bartkus
these are the
here.
Challenges that the drivers have got to deal with, right? So it's.
Oh, there is a dry line forming actually. That could be interesting, as we are looking at Bartkus, who are leading the AM class.
That's good going, isn't it?
That is very good going.
And he's in 5th as well, so he's mixing it amongst the
pros, yeah.
Pros, yeah, which is good to see.
Dan Ryan P2 in the class.
Yeah, so we're looking at the best lap so far. I think is a 151.5 from Leonard Schungel.
No, Gratics has Bartkus has a 155, which is, as far as I know, the fast track in total, the fastest lap at all.
151 from Leonard, though. That would be faster than 155, surely.
150.54.
One.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah, he has. Yeah, sorry, apologies. Yeah, he does have the fastest.
Oh no, I just cursed him, didn't I? I just cursed Thorms. Don't hit the curbs, by the way. You're very wet.
This is the other challenge as well in the wet conditions. The curbing does then become like ice because they are in wet. So, Storms currently finds himself in 15th place. He was, I think, in the top 20 at one point, so he's made a good position up. As Min Mams, who's currently in 2nd, car number 53, is under a little bit of pressure.
A lot of pressure. As Sherman has just taken off now. I think this is his win, perhaps.
Yeah, and potentially. I mean, he's obviously got some pace because he was in the pro last year.
He was, yeah. I don't know why he dropped down. Bartkus is somehow in 4th. Oh yeah, the vegan car is storming. That's a good point. Let's go look at the Fabian Poignier.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk to you about there's a few incidents which are being logged as racing incident. Car 889 is being given a 10-second penalty for causing a spin of 184. Racing incident. Yeah. Car 669 has been given a 5-second penalty for bad rejoin. Car 42 has been given a 10-second penalty for a bad rejoin. Car 89 has been given a 5-second penalty for collision with car 888.
Yes, and we see a lot of guys in pit now. Hello, Spitz, Clift, Ridelli, Gastel, Sikansi, Meadows, Yatke, Luke, Nergo, and Cooper. And to answer the question, the top reap car is Bartkus in P4.
So I thought Roundtree cleared his 10-second penalty, but I've just realised he hasn't.
I don't think he has pitted yet.
No, he hasn't. So that 5-second penalty has now been applied to Sanchez. You can see that on the leaderboard. So Minsmams is 4 seconds back from all. Sanchez and Bartkus nearly had a little bit of a coming together. But it's quite close here, isn't it? And our Bartkus and Paul Greatrix are both into the pit. So hitting the pit limiter round the left. It's a very short pit entry here.
It's a very good time to take a pit now.
Yeah, it is. With 20 seconds left of the race and 20 minutes left.
I was about to mention that.
Yeah, and 12 minutes, just under 13 minutes of the pit window remaining.
For the viewers at home, the orange number, the orange field with one number in it in the but the whole table thing, that is how many pits they have to do. If it says 1, they got 1 pit to do, and if it's green, as I'll demonstrate, that means they have cleared all their mandatory stops.
It has indeed. That's a really good point that you mentioned there. So,
It's a consumer information, as Mimsman has apparently dropped a position.
so
Or 2, I can... There he is.
Bartkus is now heading out of the pits. I'm just keeping an eye on Mr. Paul Greatrix, as whether he's not moving yet, is he?
He is currently merged into another car.
Yes.
Into Videli, I think, who has retired or something.
No, he's now exiting the pit. So he lost quite a bit of time there. Maybe he had a bit of damage, and he decided to repair that. So sometimes it's really hard to know how much time you're losing due to the damage on your car. So a few drivers have already cleared their mandatory pit stop, and a few others still. So the leaders. Gardstick, car number 101 is currently spun out on track.
Well, that's a stupid decision. As we see Shungel coming in and Thurkta coming in. The current leader of AM is Shubik Chatterjee. I think that's how I pronounce it. That leads Hugo Senses leading the car in the Castrol R Motorsport. Which is a nice livery.
That is a nice livery. I'm just trying to... So Rodriguez and Grealish both enter the pits as well to clear their mandatory pit stop. Sanchez, who currently leads the way, hasn't cleared his mandatory pit stop
and
yet.
has a 10-second penalty.
Jungle is in the pits as well. Just like to point that out.
I believe I mentioned
race
that.
Leader, you are very, very welcome.
So that leaves Fugter is actually the car with the leading car who has done pit stops.
Yeah.
Which means he came out ahead of Shungel. And I think Shungel may have had damage, I think, if he lost 6 seconds.
He's obviously got a bit of pace though, so I wonder if he'll be able to catch that up. But Shungel's currently 6.5 seconds behind car in ninth, which was Hawkins, but now that's now sorted itself out.
I think he took repairs.
Yeah,
because his car looks a lot more mint than you would expect.
Okay, so
speaking of which, here's Evan Schultens with a
Voigt has just run
car.
wide, so he's not having the Voigt should just run wide a moment ago. Because I'm watching him in the moment, so I reckon Leonard would likely catch him. Obviously, there is a car in between them that hasn't pitted yet, but I reckon Leonard's
that would be Schultens, yeah.
Yeah,
but he is not in the class, so I expect him to just hand over the position.
Yeah. I think a couple of the guys in chat are big fans of Storms. I don't know what makes me think that. But,
I don't know, but he is currently P6, although he hasn't pitted yet.
He's done well to recover. Like you say,
he comes in here.
So Voigt's got quite a bit of damage to the rear of his car, showing quite a few scrapes. Lennon's only now 1.5 seconds off him, and he's going wide into the third to last corner. So
we're going to go into chase cam.
He's not really showing much pace at the moment. So
I just looked at if you look at Fructus' car here, he's has taken a lot of damage. Yeah, he has taken damage.
Yeah, he's pitted now. So but he's already cleared his mandatory pit. So.
That was a spin.
Yeah.
That was a spin and a half. It goes on the highlight reel, I think.
Yeah. So Bartkus currently in 10th position.
Find him.
He's not too far away from Sugar. So these are the guys we're expected to kind of lead the race once these pit stops are cleared, right? So unless someone like Storms is really able to put his foot down, but I know that he's currently in 15th and he has now cleared his pit stop, so he might be able to mix it back up in the top 10 once the pit stops are over.
As Mimmems has taken the lead because Sanchez went off-road. Very much off-road, actually.
Okay, and that's a back marker Lexus in the way there, Min-Man. Hopefully the Lexus gets out of the way when he sees the blue flags. I mean, you know, it would be nice. Oh, it's
As
Min-Man.
everyone just pits at the same
Woo,
time.
look at that. Yeah.
Let's put some eyes on this, because this could be a very interesting pit stop.
Follow the leader, follow the leader.
That is 1, 2, and 3 pitting.
I'll keep an eye on Shungle, shall I?
That is a good idea.
So he's in the last sector at the moment. He's coming into the third to last corner.
Which means Jack Winter is currently leading, and that's impressive because he actually spun earlier. Now let's go look at the pits.
So Mr. Shungle's into the final corner. He's going to make this look easy, isn't he?
Don't say that. He could still crash.
And he's gone. He's gone, and these guys are still motionless in the pits. So the top three, Winter, Aspinall and Hawkins, are still to clear their mandatory pit stops, and they've got just over 6 minutes in order to do that.
Plenty of time, one would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough call sometimes whether you pit early or you don't, because you know, you could be behind someone and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm quicker than this guy, but I can't get past. As a penalty for car 112 comes in, 5-second penalty.
112, that would be a man. That'd be a man, obviously.
Not obviously.
Nah, that's actually true, but I don't know who it is.
Car 112. I don't know who that is either.
Ooh, Shungle's having a moment. A good old Tokyo Drift moment.
I don't know who 112 is either. Oh well.
Oh.
Right.
We got a 111. No, it's Sanchez Trujillo.
Okay, so we've had a few penalties come in.
As Spinelli goes to pit.
Car 983.
Wait, I'm interrupting you because I've been told Adam Reina was hit by someone. Well, the chat is shouting it at me, actually.
Oh, no.
Not Adam, I like him. He's a good guy. Oh, this is not good.
No.
Suspension damage, perhaps?
Oh.
I'm gonna go on board with him because I want to see if he can actually still turn the car.
No.
Oh, no.
But he's still trying to get back. The problem is now is that it's good to see him off the track, trying not to ruin anybody else's race, which is very kind of him. But
it doesn't matter because he can't turn the car.
Yes. He is trying though. He's not giving up.
Yeah,
he's got that fighting spirit, hasn't he?
Fighting spirit is a good thing, but I still think it's a lost cause.
Okay, so Aspinall is now pitted. He's dropping down the order, and Shungle is now in second position. So that leaves Mr. Winter, who has a 10-second penalty. So while he's currently in the race, he's going to fall like a stone, or drop like a stone even. And if we look at Pointy, car number 78, he's got a 10-second penalty. He's currently in 10th, and he's going to fall. Obviously, if they disagree with those penalties, they can, of course, submit a driver protest as a 5-second penalty comes in for Shungle. Yes.
Well, that is interesting.
Late braking, he rear-ended, I think, car number 1, so that would be Luca.
Luca, yeah.
Yeah. So,
can you confirm that Daniel Ryan, 114, hit Adam Reina?
There's nothing in this. There's 114 and 25. There is an incident. Yes.
There it is. Yeah.
So while we're, I don't have a fact about Leonard Shungle, which is annoying.
He's German.
We know that much.
We knew that.
I got a fact about Fabian Pointy.
Is he vegan?
He is. He goes. I was vegan before it was cool. Almost 10 years now. He says it's living proof you can actually survive like this. He says he avoids people telling him in real life because he doesn't want to be associated with all the annoying cliche idiots. He said, and also they hate me for my motorcycle leather suit anyway. So there you go. He's a vegan. Yeah, I've got some great facts about people. So.
Me too. Yeah. Now, I just want to put on something interesting.
Yes.
If we count the penalties, Bartkus, who is in the AM class, is only 2 seconds behind Schungel.
Interesting.
That is, I don't think that's what they planned, because Schungel is one of the 2 Schungel brothers who designed the tier system. They evaluated people and said, you're going into split. And he's being beaten by his own system, actually.
Well, yeah, but the thing is like, I think it's not a perfect science, is it? Trying to work out what splits people are going to be. And also, different cars perform better at different tracks. And like we said at the start of the stream, we all have our favourite tracks. So this might be one of Leonard's favourite tracks. I've also seen Leonard spin quite a lot in certain races, which has allowed me to beat him. So he does have pace. And I'm sure Bartkus might have pace now. But also, sometimes you just get a bit of luck. You know, people get taken out. You avoid any kind of major instances. And you gain positions from that. So
speaking of which, Daniel Ryan goes sideways.
He does indeed. I do like that livery. Is that an in-game livery or is that custom?
I actually do not know. I think it's custom.
I do like that livery. That's probably my favourite one at the moment. Other than Herbie.
Other than Herbie.
Quite love a bit of Herbie. Yeah, we're looking at the man who's currently in third. This would be some really good points for these guys.
Yeah. And we would like to apologize to the viewers if it's chaotic, but it's chaotic for us as well.
It would appear car number 1.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. No. It might actually be car 100. There's another penalty. It's the stewards are saying it's the same car they hit, but I'm looking at the. I think they've mistyped. But yeah, there are a few more penalties about to be delivered. So a 10-second penalty coming in for car 25.
Adam Reina.
Hitting, yeah. Yeah. So what happened was, I think, is 25 hit 114, who spun, and then also hit 177.
Interesting.
So that's what's happened there.
I'm going to interrupt you because we have a battle on the track.
We do.
Ericsson with a broken front is actually taking over Mim's man.
That's a shame.
But not unexpected.
Come on, Mins, man. What you got? Oh, Bartkus. No, not. It was. So one of the back markers, Nick Van Gastel, car number 42, has got out of the way quite dramatically there.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Mr. Spitz is off the track again.
That is not the first time.
No, I think he's struggling in these conditions. I wonder if we'll have a dry sec. So car 25, they've just been given a 10-second penalty. So that's just come on there. So that's now on the leaderboard. We've got a few drivers with penalties.
We have a lot of them, actually.
Yeah. So there currently been 52 incidents so far.
Well, that's less than 100.
Yeah, but that was 100 over 2 races.
I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to interrupt you because
on.
let's look at someone else instead of penalties. Kievan Town, 31. Yes. I expected better of him.
Yeah, me too. But we don't know what kind of race he's had. We've not really been looking at him all the time. So, but Midmans, he's still on the back of Ericsson.
Yeah, let's go on him then.
All over the back. I mean, Pointy, who's in 7th, kind of out of this. Cause he's about 4.5 seconds back, but also got a 10-second penalty. So, he goes on to make the move into the first corner, into the braking zone.
Will we see a car on the inside?
I think he has run a bit deep. He's run off track.
Very deep. Where is... There is Ericsson.
But there we go. Minmans takes Ericsson for 5th position. As we wait for the live timing to update in this game. It is good update, isn't it? There we go.
Hopefully, yes.
But Mr. Ericsson is got a bit of damage on board. I mean, Pointy's only 2 seconds behind, but you know, is he really going to challenge him when he's got a 10-second penalty?
Nah, he won't.
I don't know, but he's got Storms right behind him. You want to make
Yes, actually, let's go to the Storms because he's back in top 10.
Yeah, so I don't have a fact about Storm.
Well, you'll have to get that for next week.
I will, yeah. He should respond to my messages. That would help.
Now, if Pointy was a decent person, which he might be, he would just let Storms pass because Pointy is not in a position.
You're right. There's no point.
Yeah, he has a 10-second penalty. Might as well let the other guy pass.
So somebody's telling it. So I'm not sure how true this is, but apparently Storms is called Nougat because he loves chicken nuggets.
Well, that's a good reason, as any. So the Nugget is fighting the Vegan over a non-position.
Hey, I've just read a message. We're missing the top right thing. You know, the image on the top right.
No, you're saying that, but we've changed that.
Have you changed that? Have you fixed it?
The thing on the top right.
Yeah, so the ACCSS one. The banner. Is it there on the stream? I've got the chat in the way. I can't see it.
No, it's been changed but to a new banner.
We've got the bottom left one. So
yeah. That's the one.
No, you're supposed to have the top right one as well.
I was not. They didn't give me a top right one.
There is one in the pack.
You know what? That is not the time for it.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out later. But yeah. So Mr. Storms, I would let him pass. I don't know why he's back.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Fabian. This is not a fight for position.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because he's going to fall out the top 10. Isn't he? With that 10-second penalty.
He is, yes. Hey, there goes, that was Ryan.
Oh, no.
And that is a... No, I think he'll keep the podium position if Rodriguez doesn't catch him. Yeah, he won't.
Yeah.
He won't.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good result for round one.
Don't do that, Ryan.
Right, just take it easy, Mr. Ryan. Just don't go mad. Just take it easy. You'll be okay. So...
We need to go back up to the front, I think. Because the Reap car is currently on track to win overall, I think.
Yes.
Which actually is a very interesting situation because Jadaji is right behind him. And that is for position, however. Yeah. I say right behind him, that's not true. 14 seconds, but it's a crash away.
Well, yes. It's 17 seconds, isn't it? Yeah, it's that's interesting. So he could win if he can keep within 5 seconds. He's on the top step of the overall podium, which is quite an achievement. Oh,
that was car parked.
Car has spun.
But I mean, there is no reward for the overall win other than the bragging rights.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm going back here. No, I'm stopping you. I'm stopping you because Storms has gone past Espinelli as well.
Nice. That is good.
And I'm thinking
he's so how far behind Minsmams is he? 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds.
So
but I think that is not enough.
Yeah, also, Mr. Gratrix is only just over half a second behind our third position man. So,
but that is not for position.
No, it's not. It isn't. You're right. Minsman just had to take avoiding action to avoid a car in the middle of the track. I didn't quite catch who it was.
I didn't know, but that does mean Arno is on his tail. I'm going to go on board with him. Because this is for the podium.
Yeah. This is the thing with these challenging conditions. Leader's now on the final lap. And Chattery has got past Paul Gratrix. I know that's not for position in because with different championships as such, but it is on track position.
A lot of puddles here. We're just gonna stick with them because this is interesting.
Ian Cliff to spun once more. Not having a great race. Some challenging conditions for rookies, I'll be honest. But this is the dream. Leonard Shungle is currently... Ooh. So Bartkus is now 2.5 seconds. As Hawkins is losing it. One of the back markers is losing a little bit. Nearly had a moment himself.
Right now we are on board with Storms.
I'm just watching Leonard to keep an eye on him when he crosses the line to finish the race. So as you're watching Storms, but Bartkus is also right on the rear fender of our race leader at the moment. So can Storms get past Minmams on the final lap?
No, I'm going to have to drop you because now it's a freeway battle actually for podium. As Pinelli is right on the tail of both Storms and Mimsman.
He is.
Espinal, sorry.
As Shungle's coming to cross the line to finish the race.
Congratulations, Shungle, and congratulations, Bartkus.
There we go.
And they'll lead Chatterjee and Gratrix in second.
He slowed down to give him the win. So
that's a big move.
Chatterjee
second,
anyway.
Gratrix second in Pro, Chatterjee second in the AM.
Yeah.
And now we're going back to the big one here. No, Storms has gone past. Storm has gone past.
Yes. So Storm's finding himself in 5th, but in 3rd for the pros. That's a strong finish. That's a good comeback.
That's impressive.
That's a good comeback, isn't it? You know,
it was an amazing comeback.
Yeah, in
he crashed early.
He did.
He crashed very early. As we're just following around now, our overall winner, Bartkus.
Yeah, really strong performance from him. Didn't really see much of him until the latter stages of the race. So kind of went on and went about his business. And like I said before, you don't really know what the people's race story is, and what I mean by that is you don't know how they ended up where they are. Because there might have been an incident ahead of them, and they managed just to tiptoe through. I can see there have been some penalties handed out to drivers for not slowing down under yellows. So if you don't slow down under a yellow and you cause a collision, you will be penalised for that, and rightly so.
And really, speaking of race stories, Hamo is going to be the last to finish, 4 laps down.
Yeah, so that's Olivia Hamo. It's Hamo, I think, like Ammo, he says. But he's a mechanic at his own workshop for motorbikes and cars, and he also stewards over RCI.
Right. I'm going to go to Cam now, actually, because I'm going to have to type in all those who won stuff.
You are, yes.
Yes, I am. I'm just going to mute the game for a second.
Man types on keyboard. It's great entertainment for everybody else.
I would like to apologize because it's a mechanical keyboard. So, I mean, you'll have to keep people occupied while I type stuff.
And my microphone keeps dropping down, which is really annoying.
That's not my problem.
Yeah, I need to sort out my my mic stand. But yeah, okay. So that was race 1, a 30-minute wet race, would you believe? And our overall winner was Bartkus, followed by Shungle, Shattery, Gratrix, Storms, who did a great comeback. Madam Minsmams in 6th, Aspinall 7th, Sanchez in 8th, Pointy 9th, and Mr. Winter rounds out your top 10. Majority of those in the top 10 are, of course, your pro racers, but a couple of them, as we can see, marked by the red numbers next to them are indeed
We are indeed not on the display right now. We could be. I just want to update the whole podium screen. As you can see, Bartkus wins, Shungle 2nd, Charity 3rd, and we're supposed to have a driver of the day vote, but I'm just going to make an executive call. Arno Nugget Storms. I've just decided he won that one.
Yeah,
He
I
just
think.
did.
I think that's a good call. Yeah,
I mean, he was
great.
going to win it anyway.
He was. Yeah, but a great performance there. So good comeback.
Yeah, and we'll see how he does in the second race, which will start in around 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether it ends up being a wet race, though. That's an interesting thing.
I do not know the in-game times, but it might actually still be wet.
Here's an interesting. So it's switched over.
So no, yeah, we're gonna switch back over.
It's cloudy
night.
to start. It's cloudy the whole race, so it's a dry race.
It's a dry race.
It originally was saying rain in 10 minutes, but that quickly changed. The track temperatures dropped down to 21 degrees, so the drivers can now switch to their drive setup. Hopefully,
we'll see.
We'll have their PSIs all ready and organised, and they can Storms can storm to another win or get a win under his belt even.
Shall we take a slight intermission of a few minutes?
I think we shall. We've got 3 minutes until the formation lap.
Yes, I'll just there we go. And we'll be back, viewers. Hello, viewers. One of us is back. And you...
I'm back too, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. There we go. I put you on.
I'm here.
You're on.
Right.
I suppose we didn't miss anything, dear viewers. We love you, by the way.
We haven't missed anything, but no.
The cars, the cars are very much parked. Yeah.
But 21 degrees track temperature, so have to up the PSIs a little bit to get them in the optimum range. I think a few of these drivers, like for instance, Bunatics, will be hoping to stay out of trouble for the second race. I think he, ended up being way down in the first one, so because he got caught up in a bit of mayhem at the beginning. So he finished 19th in race 1. And the formation lap is 15 seconds away. So the drivers will be wanting to try and get the tyres as warm as possible and temperature into the brakes. Because if those temperatures are cold, you are not going to be stopping.
That is sadly very true. And now we have the top right bar on, so I can tell you that we are powered by Sim Racing GP, who very generously provides almost free hosting for us.
Well, it is free, I think.
Well, for now.
Yeah, great.
We're in beta. We're in beta.
For those of you who have adminned ACC servers, it's a text file. It's a little bit little bit antiquated in some regards, and SGP allows us to configure a server pretty quickly. So yeah, night race. Local time is 4 minutes past 7. Lights are on, and it's dry.
Yes. So this time we can't blame the weather. Well, we probably can actually, but
well, yeah, well, depends really.
Have anyone dropped out since last? No, we are still 41 drivers.
Yeah, looking good. But Redeli's currently in 41st, so it was Cliff before, so he's right at the back, starting right at the back this time.
There can be many reasons for that.
Oh, there could be, yeah. And so, yeah.
And yes, night races are indeed puck. But night rain races are puck champ, however.
Bartkus, who won the first race, 14th. I mean, that's a good few places up, isn't it? Made the most out of that first race. Let's see what you can do this time round.
I mean, just don't crash.
That's a top tip you've just given there.
Consider that free.
Somebody's saying Pointy for the win. Oh, you never know, do you? You never know.
Oh, anything goes.
Mr. Vegan Man himself. Do you want another fact about a driver?
You know what? Pick a guy and I'll switch to him.
Juan Sanchez.
1 second.
Car 889. He's coming in 12th. No, that's the wrong Sanchez.
That's Hugo Sanchez you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong Sanchez.
Do we have two Sanchez's?
I don't know. Maybe I've put the wrong name.
You know what?
Maybe his name's wrong in the game. Yeah, maybe.
Make it quick though.
Okay, I'd say Redeli. So he's currently in position 41. He has a 1.5-year-old son who always makes a cute sound when he sees his dad practicing, and then demands him to stop and play. Well, that's very selfish of him. Can I have you say? Yeah. So yeah.
Anyway, Luca is starting number 24.
Here we go. As they come to the final corner to go across the line to start race number 2. 30 minutes with mandatory pit stop. And they are away. Go, go, go. Can they avoid carnage into the first corner as Mimsmams and Arno Storms head down into the first corner? Mimsmams slightly ahead. There's carnage back. I think that's Paul Greatrix.
That was definitely Greatrix doing a big one there, but I think everyone survived.
Yeah, that might just go down as a racing incident. That car behind, which is Kevin Tan, the Audi, I think is who he collided with. Watch out, guys. The door might only open, but it's going to close when people hit that apex. So this is a lot cleaner than race number 1.
Apparently, Cooper here had an incident, but we didn't get it on camera.
We didn't? No. Oh.
I am still trying to catch up with the camera here.
Someone's... Let me see if there's anything behind going on.
Yeah, there is definitely something happening in the front, though. Hawkins has crashed.
Yeah, but we've...
Wills.
Who the hell was that just ran off wide? Van Gastel has also had a moment.
I think Mimsman had a moment because he's in the back.
Oh.
And Arnold Storms has lost some positions. We don't know. We don't. And here's Hawkins again. We do not know who's leading the race right now. I think Jack Winter. Jack Winter is leading.
Also, there's a car behind. So Redeli's lost his lights. Oh, and there's more carnage. Van Gastel spun round. He's currently he's writing himself back round, so he's currently.
That's not even. That's a Brum guy.
Van Gastel is. Paul Greatrix is also off the track. Back on it now. This is a lot's going on here.
Hawkins is in pits. Mimsman is dead.
There is a car without. Has he got lights? He has got lights.
You need to give me some positions because otherwise I can't find them that quickly.
Whoa. Hugo
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
spun round at the final corner.
I believe that was his son's fault.
That was Ashley Grealish's spun round. So he's currently
I can't
now
even pick the right guy for some reason. There we go.
absolutely fine. It's
The
hard
game
to
is fighting me. But
It's
let's...
hard. Well, because all the positions are changing very, very quickly on the first lap, so it's always a challenge.
But Jack Winder has... no, I'm going to interrupt you. Jack Winder is leading. Ollie Henley is second and leading AM. Then it's Wells, Schungel, Ryan, Bonatic, Storms, Fugter, Tan, and Ericsson.
Sanchez has just had a moment, and so has Aspinall as well. Finds himself in 36th position.
This is chaos.
It has been chaos.
I'm going to go to the hill I can because otherwise we will never find them.
So the stewards have got 21 incidents to review, so they might be a little bit busy. So just bear that in mind. And can you share your screen with me again, please?
Yes, I can, if you give me a second.
Thank you very much, sir.
But it will still not be pretty.
That's fine, but at least I know who you're looking at. As we look at the race leader, Jack Winter.
To answer your XBO, I think Storms and Mims were hit by someone. And Paul, if you could look at the what's called the starting sheet.
Yes, I will. Storms is car 33.
And Herbie is, of course.
I don't know who the other car is.
Mims is 53.
No, yeah. So there are. What I'm saying is that there are 2 incidents on the sheet, and they just say their car numbers. It doesn't say who hit them. So this sometimes happens with the information that comes out of the game.
If you can tell me who hit number 53.
No, you're not listening to me.
No, what number hit him?
No, it doesn't have a number. So the guys will have to. Sometimes the API information that comes from ACC doesn't report correctly. So the guys will fill that out when they know, and I'll be able to.
That's weird.
It does it from time to time. It just seems to be a bug with the API calling. So we can see that Min-Mams and Storms are both involved in the incident, but I don't know. So,
we just know something happened. Yes.
I can, if you want. I can go and have a look at the timestamp.
Jason Daly says lost connection for someone.
He might have lost connection. That's Jake. He's in the.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Sorry to hear that, Jason.
So
let's go find someone. Brunatix, yes.
I'm just going to have a look and see if I can work out who hit who. So bear with me a second. I'll give you the information that you are after. Storms hit Min-Mams. Min-Mams then hit
someone.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Hold on. Lewis Hawkins.
That would make sense because all 3 crashed.
Yeah. I'm afraid to say I think Mr. Storms might be at fault for that. But we'll let the stewards come back to you with that.
Now we have a slight battle for 3rd in the Pro class. Mixed in with a couple of AM guys. Bit chaotic.
So we're looking at Ryan, are we?
Yes, and Schungel is in front of Brunatix. But I mean, Ryan is on fire right now, and he should be because he's chasing Ollie. He's chasing Ollie Henley.
So he had a couple of spins last time out, didn't he, in the wet race?
I think everyone did, but I think he had one when he was 2nd or 1st, I think.
Yeah, he did. And then Brunatix has obviously had a really poor start to the first race. He got caught up in a bit of carnage. So they're both immediately doing better than the previous race. So there's a bit of a battle behind them between Storms and Tan, by the looks of it.
Who are not in the same class, I'll remind you.
Yes, that's right. You're bang on there as we ride on board with Keep Tan. Now, Storms might be carrying a bit of damage from the contact he had with Min-Mams. It'll probably be minimal, though it didn't look like a hard impact as such, but It did cause, I think Min was lost out the most because he then hit another car. So yeah.
But don't go on the gravel. That's a bad idea.
But Min currently finds herself in 28th position. So still a bit of time to make some, still 22 minutes. The pit window's not open yet. So he might dive straight in if he's got a bit of damage to get that out of the way and then try and put some laps in as we look from the rear wing of Tan, as we switch now to the external view. I don't have any information about Tan. A little bit upsetting.
He's Indonesian, and he's been with us since season 1.
Ah,
I know that because I have raced against him. He was pretty fast, actually, as far as I remember. Also, that is an interesting super chat. Storms doesn't have a driver license. I don't believe that, but okay. Nationality distribution on the server, that's a good question. It's mostly Europeans.
Okay, so Mr. Storms is about to be given a 10-second penalty.
He had it coming.
He did have it coming, yes. So, I'm afraid Mr. Storms needs your energy now more than ever.
Send it. There it comes, 10 seconds.
Applied. There you go.
But let's go on with the results a bit, because it's Winter has taken off 3 seconds down to Henley in second, who is class leader, and Wells in second.
So it's good to see another AM up there, isn't it?
It is, yes. But if you just look at the positions from 11 to 21, it's all AMs except for Point E.
Yes, yeah. So I'm guessing that the most of the trouble happened up ahead, so that's allowed all the AMs to get us. Daniel Ryan pits.
And Bunatix is pitting as the pit window has just opened.
So they're going early. Maybe they feel like they're being held up, so they want to try and create a bit of space for them.
That is a possibility. I mean, oh, there's Mims Man's getting lapped.
Getting lapped. That's a little bit upsetting to see.
Oh yes. Actually, let's go on board with. No, Jack Winter has a lot of clean air ahead of him.
So Storms is now trying to lap Mams as well, because obviously he's trying to chase down Shungle, but Storms does have a 10-second penalty, which we just discussed. Looks good at night, doesn't it, this game?
It does.
It's just something else.
And I would just like to take a few moments to thank myself for investing in an expensive graphics card.
What graphics card did you go and end up getting?
It is an AMD 5700 XT.
Okay. I don't really know much about the AMD cards.
It cost money. And it gives us a pretty game.
Okay, there are a few more penalties being dished out at the moment. I can see cars. So in total, I can see cars 11, 10-second penalty, car 52, 10-second penalty, car 33, which we know about. 10-second penalty, car 177, 5-second penalty, car 108, 5-second penalty. Car 67, 5-second penalty, car 42 with a 10-second penalty.
If we just look at the graphics now, it's just littered with penalties.
Yes, it is.
As we see Shungle going into the pits now.
Car 888 with a 10-second penalty. So those who have been given a penalty and are about to pit will be clearing those in the pit stops. They'll be held back for that amount of time. Leonard's in. Quite a few drivers have pitted. Let's find where's Bunatix and Ryan. So Ryan,
they are out. Let's just see. They should be far down. For some reason, I cannot see them.
Ryan's coming in 25th.
25th.
Yeah, Bunatix is behind him in 29th. So look, Ryan's coming into the last corner. So,
as Aspinall has gotten a drive-through for some reason.
Probably cutting the track, I'd imagine. Or it could be speeding the pit lane. He's cleared his pit there, so potentially. So Mr. Daniel Ryan now finds him up into 16th with those guys pitting. So everybody ahead of him, I think, is still to pit. So this is interesting. Serenity Moral now in 9th. So he's having a much better second race.
Yeah, it helps when you're not crashing.
Do you know
It really
what?
does.
That is the line of the season.
Consumer advice. Okay.
Yes, absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, and the leader of AM is coming in, Ollie Henley. Which means Kieran Tan will be leading the AM class in a moment.
And Mr. Winter is the overall...
Yes, Jack Winder.
At the moment, yes.
And he has, if I'm just going to go back to him, some clean air ahead of him. He should just stay out for a moment.
How is... Where... Just have a look. See where... Nathan Wells is currently in 2nd at the moment. I don't think he's cleared his pit stop.
He has
not. Would you believe it? Once won an egg and spoon race.
A what now?
An egg and spoon race.
Wow, that's pretty. I've never won one of those.
I don't think I ever won one of those. I once won a sack race though.
Yeah, but that's easy. That's a team effort. Sometimes.
No, that's being a sack.
Oh, that's true.
So,
the one where you tie your legs together. That I won.
So Mr. Henley is currently leading the guys who are pitted at the moment. So if we look at down the leaderboard.
Yes, I'll go on him in a second.
And same as Nathan Wells, as we're on board with him, into the final corner. So this guy here at the moment. Now this guy here at the moment is in the lead, I think.
Yeah, we are on with Henley and a bunch of dust for some reason.
Runs wide there. Yeah, as Mr. Tan's now in the pits. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up when his stop is done. Mr. Greytrix, who had a good first race, currently finds himself in 35th position with a 10-second penalty and still to do his mandatory pit stop.
He did a massive hit with on turn 1 after all. Alright, Bartkus, our previous winner, is in the pits.
Yeah, Tan and Serenity Moral as well. In the pits.
Why does Clift have a 15-second penalty?
I will have a look. Late break and caused. He had a collision with car 161.
Huh.
So 789's been given a 10-second penalty, and then followed that up with a 15-second penalty.
Well, that's just great.
He makes contact with car 100, then does an unsafe rejoin. Yeah, that's going to give you some penalties.
Yeah.
Car 161's got a 5-second penalty. Car 67, 10 seconds. 789, 5-second penalty. And a few no further actions. A warning for car 31 for unpredictable braking. And then car 78 is about to be given a 5-second penalty as well. And I can see the others are racing incidents at the moment. So, yeah, that's going to hurt. That's quite...
Yeah.
Car 789, where are you?
Far down the hierarchy.
Yeah. Might have left. No, that isn't. It's Chris Meadows. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, not Mitzi.
Oh, Mr. Meadows. What are you doing? Naughty, naughty. I think we saw it in last night's race.
I'm just going to say...
again tonight, there's a lot of penalties going on
Meadows is in the chat now. Hello, Mitzi.
Oh, Meadows.
Oh, Meadows.
There's no need for that kind of language.
Oh, is there? Oh, is there?
So Jack Winter still leads the way, but hasn't done his mandatory pit stop.
He has not.
Nathan Wells, Mr. Egg and Spoon winner. Then Torsten Jadski in 3rd. So, and then Olivier Hamu. Then we've got Arno Storms,
who is now going to serve his penalty.
Who's now going to serve his penalty in the pit stop. And then Ian Clift is also in the pits as well. So Henley's now up into 5th. We're followed by Ryan within half a second in 6th. So this is a close battle out on track, and it's the battle for the lead of the race.
And yeah.
Is that all you got to say?
I was about to say, and also the AM class, but that goes without saying.
Right, Storms is leaving the pits now, so let's see where he's ended up. 13th.
That is positional, right?
Maybe 15th. Oh, no, 16th. So he can still get some points.
It's still a good race.
Yeah, he can still get some points. So it's not all over yet. It's not over till the fat lady sings, as they say.
And I don't think we have any fat ladies here, so...
No, I don't think we do either. So pit window is still open for another 4.5 minutes. So we've got 3 cars still to pit. Is that it? Oh, 4.
I count 4.
4. Yeah. Okay, so...
As Jack Winder leads Nathan Wells and Torsten Jatke. Everything to play for, I guess.
So, Julio Rodriguez, who currently finds himself in 17th position, car 100, said he recently reached 1,000 hours played between AC and ACC, and about 750 of those hours were played with a PS3 controller. He's managed to get himself a wheel only a few months ago, just in time for Season 2 of ACCSS, and he thinks is one of the best purchases he's made in a very long time.
That is a very good investment.
It is a very good investment, yes. So,
to be fair, the PS3 controller is pretty good.
I can tell you this now, the PS5 controller is even better.
Oh, why do you have one when I don't?
Because I bought one and you didn't.
Oh yeah, that's true, I didn't buy one. Well, I can't find the damn thing. Oh, and now Jack Winder comes in for the pits, and so does Wells.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see where these guys end up after this. So, you know, they've done a good stint there. They've kept themselves out of trouble, haven't they?
They have, and they're pitting right next to each other, so we'll see who goes first.
So Henley followed closely by Ryan. Whereabouts are they? So they're in the final sector. This actually, you know what? This might be close between these guys when these guys come out the pit, because they're now only coming back down the hill. They might not be in the lead as I thought they might be.
But still rather close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jatke is also in the pit, but he will serve 10 seconds.
Where are they? Oh, Van Gastel's off the track. That's never good.
That is not the first time today.
So here they come. They're leaving. Uh-oh. Oh, he nearly crossed the pit lane.
That is a penalty if it happens.
Oh, he might get one. I don't know if he crossed it. Oh, I tell you, Wells is very close. So Winter nearly forgot about the pit lane exit there. I don't know if he actually physically crossed it or not, but that will need to be looked at by the stewards.
We are right now still with Henley and Ryan because they are very close. They are a fart's distance away, so to say. That is not a saying, but it is now. As a reminder, Henley and Ryan they pitted very early, so their tires should be pretty optimum now.
Yeah, they will. Oh, they will be. I'm really impressed by these guys because they kept their heads down, and Henley is 9.5 seconds behind Wells. That is, I didn't expect that. Did you?
I did not. I mean, I expected to see one AM car as higher up, but not 2, and definitely not 7.
It's looking strong. I mean, Winter and Wells have done very, very well there by staying out of trouble as well. So the gap between these guys is 1 1.5 seconds, and then you've got Henley and Ryan who are battling with each other. There's only a half a second between these two, so Ryan will be looking to make up for a second race.
Oh, we are going. We're gonna change car here. Kievan Tan is apparently fighting for position against Gordestik and Rayner. So that's battle for first in the AM class.
I have advised the stewards to have a look at that pit exit, by the way. So.
Oh, you snitch.
Well, you've got to play by the rules.
That is true. You've got to do that.
Right. So pit window is now closed. All drivers have done their pit stop. I've just noticed that Mr. Wells' ping's quite high, but I think it's pretty stable. So
he lives in China.
Ah, okay. Yes, I did know that, actually. I think I read that the other day. I didn't get that as an interesting fact, though. He only told me about his egg and spoon race. Obviously, that's what he really cares about.
That is important.
Yeah. So, I've got an interesting fact about the car number 101, currently in 7th position. So that's Gustav Gardestick. He says he's not sure if this counts interesting, but he's been doing the Driver 61 course. He took the discount that we got through ACCSS. But he said he certainly does not make you a super fast immediately, but it does give you an understanding of why you might be slow and what you need to work on in order to improve. I've noticed small improvements in my pace, but overall, I'm certainly more consistent now compared to season 1. Can certainly recommend it if anybody else is on the fence. So,
I would like to second that, actually, because I also took that course.
Yeah, he mentioned that, and also he says very many thanks to our very own David Jessett, who also, as part of ACCS during the week on a Thursday, will do a bit of a coaching session for all of the drivers as well. So takes his own time out to give people some tips, learn about braking points and whatnot at all the different tracks that we race at. And I also did the Driver 61 course as well. And unfortunately, I got sciatica halfway through, so I didn't actually complete it, but I did feel like I will go back and probably redo it again, but I did find it very, very useful. And again, completely agree with his sentiments. After completing it, I've definitely become more consistent. So there we go. We're looking at Mr. Kievan Tan
and Hodge, because they are fighting for position.
They are 9th and 10th at the moment, as Mr. Eric Hodge goes on the inside of corner number 1.
And doesn't keep it.
No, I think, to be fair to Hodge, I think he had to lift off there, otherwise there would have been a bit of a coming together, which also now puts him under pressure from Neergaard. Is Neergaard closed right up, or is that a back marker?
No, Neergaard is one of them, and a back marker is the other, I think.
Right, okay. So, yeah, Neergaard was about 1.5 seconds behind, now only 2/10. So, yes, whatever's happened there...
I am breaking in with some news. Jack Winter has gotten a penalty, and that is for the race win.
Oh, of course he has. Yes. I completely forgot to mention that.
Was it the pit exit?
It was a pit lane infringement. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like car 602, whoever that is about to get a 10-second penalty. That's Neergaard.
What for?
I don't know yet. It hasn't been written.
Oh. Well, if he gets a 10-second penalty, that's good for Arno Store. Never mind, he crashed.
No!
Yeah. Just as I was about to say something nice for him, he crashed.
No! What? No!
That is what happens when you don't give him your energy.
Thanks, chat, for pointing that out. Mr. Rayner, currently in P8, having a good race. It's nice when you got eyes looking after you, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have enough eyes.
Yes, we don't. Yes. It's all that energy you were giving Storm. You gave him too much. Didn't know how to handle it. That's what happened.
He's become too strong.
You overloaded him. So, but Mr. Rayner's having a good solid race there. I think he'll be happy with that, and he's still on the back of Guardstick. So it's quite a good battle, to be fair. Tan's in there as well.
As we go on board with Ryan again, who is still right at the tail of Henley.
Just can't quite get close enough, though, can he?
No, but I mean, 3 minutes ago, he can always do a dive bomb.
Yeah, he could. I wouldn't recommend it though.
Well,
Don't
you only
send
live
it.
once.
Don't. Yeah, but don't send it. You got, like he could throw away some decent points here. He's second in class. Why would you throw that away? Just for like trying to do a dive bomb. Be a bit
Apparently, we
silly,
should
wouldn't
go
it?
to the battle for 7th,
Apparently,
as Julian points out in the chat.
I'd.
Because
I'd
we
just-
do.
I'd-
We
I'd-
do have a lot
I'd
of guys
ignore,
within.
I'd ignore anything that Julian says.
I usually do that too, but in this case, he has a point. We have 5 cars within a couple of seconds.
We do. We were looking at that not long ago, weren't we? So it's definitely a nice battle to have.
A lot of gravel too. And some nice gravel.
Just like to point out, Mr. Leonard Shungo was currently in 5th. He's on his own. He's 14th. Well, actually, that's a bit of a lie. Actually, he's got.
Future is right behind him.
Yeah, I said one thing and then realised that that's absolute rubbish.
I
I'll
haven't
keep
even.
an eye.
I haven't paid
keep an
attention
eye on
to those
the,
two guys.
You keep an eye on the battle, the 7th ban. I'll keep an eye on these guys and let you know if anything interesting is about to take place.
2 minutes to go.
Oh, blimey, that's gone quick.
It has.
Aston, here we go. So it looks like. So it looks like 602 has been about to be given a 10-second penalty.
He has just been given
turning in on car 31. That's the one I mentioned. So that's
31 being Bartkus.
Yeah. So there you go.
Whoa! We have a collision. 10 just hit Raina's ass.
Ooh.
Pardon my French.
But it hasn't meant that.
It hasn't, but there were sparks.
Okay. Shungle is under pressure from Future.
Whoa! 10. No, Rainer made a mistake. 10 and Hodge goes past.
Oh, unlucky from Rainer there.
But lucky for Gordon, who gets a bit of an advantage now.
So Leonard.
No. Shh, not about those guys because Nero is hitting Rainer too.
So they're now coming back to start on their final lap. So if a move's going to be made on Leonard, it's going to happen now. And he's trying to go into the first corner. He's going around on the outside, trying to make it stick, but hasn't been able to. He's obviously got the pace. He just can't make the move. And he's good on. I've noticed.
Stories of life. That was his life.
He's got a lot of time on the brakes. He generally looks better on the brakes, in my opinion. So,
we're back on Hodge. The pace of P1 is fast, but not as fast. Wells has a 1:43.1, which I think is the fastest time of the race. As I said, there is a lot of chaos happening, but Wells is probably going to win it all.
Well, yeah, because of the 5-second penalty that Winter's got. So Gustav is leaving these guys now that he's got past.
And Rainer has just lost several seconds.
Oh.
Let's go back up to the leader, and Jack Winter crosses the line. Not first, though. That honor goes to Nathan Wells. Congratulations. And Ollie Henley will take the AM win in a few seconds.
That's some...
And flashes us.
Ryan's obviously...
no, Ryan is ahead. Why? It says Ryan is ahead. I do not know why.
Oh, what happened there?
If anyone knows, it'll be pleased to... We'll love to find out. Schungel takes P3 in Pro, Victor 4th. And that'll be Gordistik 3rd in AM.
There's no penalties. There are some incidents that are going to be investigated after the race. That's a bit weird.
We do not know what happened to Henley. Suddenly he was a second behind.
Okay, let me go on see if I can find out.
And everyone is parking now.
Henley. There. Oh, so Henley had a moment in coming out of the sausage curb corner. He's run wide,
It's
lost
always
traction on the rear, and then the car's then gone over to from the left-hand side to the track over to the right. He's hit the barrier and then done a pirouette.
that for some reason happens a lot. Let's put the timetable up. If I can, I cannot.
You have to go return to garage, hit escape, and then return to garage.
Yes. As we see, you want to take it away here?
No, you go ahead. I did the last time. Go on.
Oh, okay. Well, Wells wins. Winter second. Ryan third. Henley fourth. If we go down a bit, fan favorites, Arno Storm is missing. I think. Mimsman, P21.
No, he's 14th. Storm's his 14th.
He certainly is. Sorry.
You're welcome. It's all right. It's fine.
As we are now being hit by spam bots.
Oh, I see. Yes.
That's very inauspicious.
It's okay. I'm sure Julian will sort that out. I think
that is literally his job.
Control. Yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't to be banned and held back. But
Luca, for those who care, 34th. I think there was a Luca fan.
A good overall performance from Leonard Shungle with 5th in the second race, and he got 2nd in the first race.
Yeah. So I mean that's a lot of points. He should be leading the championship. We don't actually have a what's it called?
A leaderboard?
A table. No. Yeah. Let's do driver of the day vote.
Yeah, who's your driver of the day for race 2? We didn't do one for race 1, but who's your driver?
Yeah, we just pick one. Dear viewers, just type a P and whoever you think was the driver of the day from 1 to 40. And we'll, pick one. Not pick one, but we'll just go through the list here so people can vote for a guy. We're not doing Nugget again.
No, I don't think after that race you can't give it to him.
Oh, and thank you for joining us, Sausage Roll. That's a great name. As the weekend restarts, let's not look at that. We'll give it another 10 seconds. How about that? Just P and whatever number you think was driver of the day. Otherwise, it gets to hose. Actually, you can't use that display for anything, come to think of it. I thank you for watching, Crazy. We are just about to call it a day too, so...
Yeah, we've had 2 interesting races there. One, obviously race 1 was pretty wet. Race 2, completely different conditions, cloudy. A little bit more to what the drivers were actually used to, hey?
Hey, that is true. You are, by the way, back on screen. Go give him a big smile while I write some names. And you just disappeared for me.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Right, brilliant. There we go. I thought I wasn't working, but obviously I am. Hi, everybody. I'm so used to not being on camera.
Oh, but you should be. Remind me who finished. Then I can't remember who finished third.
That was a couple of really good races, though. No, neither can I. So.
But I believe this is embarrassing. I can't remember the name suddenly. I believe driver of the day with Adam Rayner. I believe that's what the vote says. P10.
He had a good race for Adam. Yeah, I would give that to him.
Not some AM guy. I can't remember the name. Sorry. We just had the race. Yes, P10 was Adam. What is
Yeah, I should have screen grabbed the leaderboard, but
I should learn how to remember the names, so that's not your fault. Red Devil, Adam Rayner is driver of the day.
Well done, Adam. I'm sure he'll be pleased with that. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed he didn't hold on to 8.
That is life.
Why
can I not remember the name here? It was...
Was it Nearguard?
No, it was Henley. No, it wasn't Henley. It was the other guy that wasn't Henley, which was name I don't remember. Ryan.
Okay.
I think it was Ryan. There we go. Yeah, we're getting old here, so we don't remember that well. Just put stuff. We're not putting stunts in.
I want to work out why my broadcast for next time.
Hopefully we'll have a new version this time. Anyway, that's... let's just have some thoughts, Paul. Have some thoughts.
Yeah, a great start to the season. I would have expected a little bit more caution from some drivers, especially in the wet conditions. I think a little bit of inexperience, but when we are a rookie league, and you're going to get that from time to time. For me personally, I'm in my third season at ACCSS now, and I feel like I've really learned a lot in season 1, a hell of a lot. Therefore, I didn't get any penalty points in season 2. I might not be the fastest, but I'm definitely one of the cleanest racers in ACCS. So yeah, hopefully the drivers will take a hard look at themselves and learn.
Hopefully,
what they can do better for the next round.
We'll see, but if we just go have some attention to tomorrow, Gareth and Dan will be casting the Pro Split, same time, same track.
Yours truly is taking part in that, so yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's after seeing the last two days, I'm a little bit
nervous,
little bit cautious. Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Will I be spraying the champagne bottle behind me?
Yeah, you probably won't.
No, I won't.
Probably won't. Anyway, that would be all. Thanks for the past roughly 2 hours. And well, Paul, do you want to say something?
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
That's a good one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.
Bye bye.